Hello everyone, and welcome to more Code Realized Guardian of Rebirth. And it seems like where I left off is a block scene, so it won't be shown to you guys on the screen. So I'm just gonna have to play it and just read it off, and you guys will listen. I'm on the load data screen, that's why it ain't showing up right now. Yeah, I think you guys can still hear me. I hope so. Let me see. Okay, you can still hear me. I just listened from the stream. Okay, last time we left off, we were we finished all of chapter 1, and we were living in a mansion from St. German's. It's his mansion, and he's letting us stay here. And we met a cute doggy named Cece. And I got the little booklet out so I can remember each button, because last time I was like, which button was it, do what? Okay, so I'm just gonna start reading, and you guys could just listen. Actually, let me type that in the chat so no one thinks like anything's happening wrong. Oop, put that in the wrong spot. Okay, there we go. Pin message. There. As soon as it exits the block scene, I will take it off. Okay. There's a gem embedded in my chest. The Horologium. It glows faintly, like a heartbeat. This gem was placed inside me 2 years ago. But why? When? For what reason? I have no memory of anything from before. I looked back then. I don't understand it. But there's one thing I know for certain. The poison coursing through my body is being created by this gem. The poison that melts anything I touch. In my hatred for this gem, the source of the poison, I have tried many times to remove it and break it. But every time, it caused me immense pain. Whatever it is now a part of my body, and I cannot function without it. And so, the gem stays there, with a quiet beauty, but still hideous. Above all, I can't help but see its glow as proof that I am a monster. Does that mean it's gotta read the... I'll use this block scene. Dang, do you think you want the block scene when they're talking? No. Okay. As I'll read theirs too. This is Victor speaking, saying, "Alright, shall we begin?" At Victor's prompting, I gently touch a piece of metal placed on the desk. The The poison from my body begins to eat away at the metal, causing it to smoke. We had already repeated this experiment several times with different objects. This too, very interesting. On the first morning after arriving in St. Germain's mansion, Victor said that he wanted to examine me before breakfast. Victor and I are in his room. Lupin is there too. They are trying to examine my poison. Are you learning anything from this, Victor? Yes, this metal is called titanium. The alchemists of the Royal Society have refined it to a highly purified state. It's amazing metal, stronger than steel, and as resistant to corrosion as gold. Even so. Can you explain that more simply? Now it's Lupin speaking. What he's saying is that there's nothing your poison can't melt, am I right? Now it's Victor. I'm just still exits the block scene. I'll just read who's saying. And for people that don't know Japanese, I'm going to read it in English. Yes. From my examinations, it seems that the horologium in your chest is the origin of a powerfully adetic substance. It likely has to do with the fact that the horologium is a pure crystal containing a vast amount of energy. I began with a simple test. The poison is present in your blood and in your skin. The silver lining is that your hair is safe to touch. Victor's smile is somewhat grim, since some of his equipment was destroyed in the test while trying to examine me. Can the poison be contained? That has yet to be determined. But don't be sad, Sapphire. We don't have a cure yet, but we do have clues. Clues? If it is capable of melting titanium, it would seem that the poison is impossible to contain. Victor stops and smiles. And yet, your clothes haven't melted. Only after he points it out do I realize. He's right. My clothing is able to contain the poison. That's why I've had to wear these clothes all this time. Did you have several outfits like this in the mansion where you were living? I nod. The material doesn't appear to be at all that special. That means that the fabric must have been soaked in some neutralizing agent that counteracts the poison in your skin. When I get out of this scene area and it still does this, I have a feeling it's going to do this for the whole game. I guess they only want people to stream the first chapter and that's it. Oh darn. Well, I'll keep going. It's Lupin speaking now. I see. Victor, I'd like to ask you a favor. Is it flavor? If you can figure out how it works, would you be able to make her new clothing? Why do I need new clothes? You stand out too much right now. We need to be as cautious as possible. Besides, those don't look very comfortable. That was Lupin. Now Victor speaking again. Well, I can't say for sure, but I don't think that it's impossible to make new clothing for her. Sapphire, there's one thing that the poison is incapable of melting. What's that? Your own body. You can touch yourself without harm, right? If you couldn't, you wouldn't even be alive. When you put it that way, you're right. Your body creates the poison, but it must create some kind of antibody that prevents you from melting yourself. This is only conjecture, but the agent in your clothing is likely based on that antibody. That leads me to believe that analyzing your blood will lead to an insight as to how your anti-poison mechanism works. It's probably going to take a lot of work to unravel this mystery, but it's alright. We'll make it happen. Now it's Lupin that came back from Victor speaking a bunch. We're counting on you, Victor. Thank you. I'm sorry to cause you so much trouble. It's no trouble. There's no need for apologies or for thanks. These are the terms for my staying here in this mansion. There is one more thing that I'd like to ask you. What is it? I'll do anything I can to help. I'd like a pellet case that doesn't melt. And no, it's Lupin. Oh, was there a problem last night? If I turn and put my face on the pillow, the bed might melt. I have to constantly stay on my back. I'm so nervous, it's hard to sleep. I can see why that would be tough. Alright, it might take some time, but you could leave it to me. Sorry to keep adding things, but you could do something about it. Eating utensils. She shouldn't have to use something different. Lupin? None of that bothers me, but his consideration for my feelings makes me happy. Now it's Victor. I see. Once we have an anti-poison fluid, we can use that as a varnish, and right, I'll look into that as well. Thank you, Victor. Victor smiles and nods in response. By the way, Victor starts to say something, then falls silent in thought. What is it, Victor? No, it's nothing. Victor smiles weakly. He's clearly biting back something that he has to say. That's why I assume it's happening. I'm curious about it, but the topic of conversation changes to something else. I never did find out what he was about to say just then. Now, St. German showed up. Lord, bless this meal which we're about to receive. Please forgive us as this meal is consumed for us sinners, body and mind. Amen. Alright, everyone, let's eat. After St. German's prayer, we begin breakfast. Lupin, Impe, Victor, St. German, Cece, and me. A 5-person, 1-dog meal. Awesome. Is the dog at the table? That would be hilarious. Little Cece could sit right next to me. I stare at the scene, slightly shocked. Now it's Impe. What's the matter? Not hungry? This is Impe's special breakfast. It's super tasty. Just as Impe says, our meal is a special sandwich he prepared himself. Impe thought this up to in consideration of my state until Victor was able to create special eating utensils for me. Oh, I was a bit surprised to see both you and Lupin praying along with St. German, Impe. Didn't Lupin speaking? Oh, you think we don't seem the type? It's not that. Then St. German, they're just doing it to play along with me. They say they don't want to disturb my prayers. Then it's Impe. We're pretty much freeloading here, so hey, when in Rome, right? Lupin nods in agreement with what Impe said, a rare sight. Then Lupin is speaking. Impe and I are hardly religious, but we have no business interfering with the customs and beliefs of other people. I see. This is unexpected. I thought Lupin and Impe were being very free-spirited with how they live. But at the same time, they're considerate of other people's ways of life. Now it's Victor. By the way, what are you people going to do? I heard that everyone's individual plans last night, but do you have a concrete plan as to how to actually achieve your goals? If so, I'd like to help. Our goals? Why is it still not out of the block scene? Crazy. Lupin wants to stop the terrorists. I think Impei is serious about the moon. Victor is hiding from the government. St. German is... well, we have no idea. St. German, why are you allowing us to stay here? I don't have any money. I'm hardly short on funds. I have only one reason for accepting you all here, and that is because it amuses me. It does? Back when I was beginning to bore of society, I encountered Lupin and Impei, who needed a place to stay in London. I saw them and had a gut feeling that they would lead me to something fun. Now, Lupin speaking. Yes. That was when we were at that bar, trying to figure out how to smuggle ourselves into the central government. This man suddenly comes over to our table and says, "Perhaps I may be of assistance." Isn't that kind of your fault for talking about something like that in public? Never underestimate the power of being confident. As long as you're not trying to hide, people will assume you're joking. Now Victor is speaking, but the Count took it seriously. When one is bored out of one's mind, one tends to be quick to notice things that might be of interest. That was St. German. Then Impei speaking. Yep, so then he kept bugging us, asking us to let him in on our plans, swearing he wasn't the only one. We finally gave in. I'm used to having women come on strong to me, but it was the first time a well-dressed man did, so I was surprised. It's Lupin joking to Impei. I've never seen a woman approach you, Impei. Not once in the whole time that we've been hanging out. They do it when you're not looking, so don't miss the boat on this one, Miss Sapphire. What is he talking about? Have you two known each other long? Not really. We've only been together for the past year or so. Something important was stolen from me. I came all the way to London chasing after the thief. He thought I stole it and attacked me. That was so Impey attacked Lupin for no reason. It was a battle of wits. I was one step ahead of him the whole time. Finally, he begged me to let him join up with him. Liar, you're the one who came crying to me, pleading for me to help you find your precious property. I know why Impey would want to work with you, but I don't quite see why you would want to work alongside him, Lupin. Oh, well, he said he would help me with my plans, too. So we decided to team up for a while. I regret that now, of course. What are you talking about? There's nothing to regret. I'm dead super useful to you. Now it's Victor. I see. I think I'm starting to see the entire picture, little by little. Hello, St. German. Every person has a history. Victor, I think it's time for us to hear your story. So, you've been wrongfully accused? As the one providing you with shelter, I would like to know the details. Who? Me? In my case, I ran away from the government. Isaac's research had an impact on even the world of alchemy. Due to his achievements, Britain's advanced not only in the scientific fields, but in the study of alchemy as well. And having learned and cultivated so much as the head of the Royal Alchemist, what I know should have been Britain. The government fears that my knowledge will be linked to other nations. That's why they're trying to capture me. I see. Very interesting. But I don't understand why you felt the need to flee. As leader of a major government institution, you likely led a life of comfort and had access to the best research facilities. I can't speak about that. I'm sorry. Right now it's Lupin. Everyone has one or two secrets that they never wish to indulge. I'm fine with that. Though Victor's refusal to speak darkened the mood, Lupin easily lightens it. Now that we know each other a little better, let's talk about the future. Sapphire, you wish to meet Isaac, and my objective